One of the best places to start to explore being involved politically is to look at the 4 basic roles of social activism and to see which descriptions fit who you are now. Many people find parts of themselves in more than one of these roles, and you may find that your abilities may broaden or change as you gather more skills. The 4 basic roles of social activism are the citizen, the reformer, the change agent, and the rebel. All of these roles are important in electoral work and social change. Each of them is very positive in moving us toward a more just society, and each of them has potential negative aspects that we have to watch out for. We will review both effective and ineffective ways of carrying out these roles. As I go through these 4 roles, please start thinking about which role feels most comfortable to you. There may be a couple of the roles that feel comfortable. You may want to learn some of the skills that would make you more comfortable in more roles. We start with the citizen. A person in this role promotes positive U.S. values and principles, such as democracy, freedom, and justice. Working for social change is a very patriotic activity because you believe so strongly in your country that you put your time and energy into making the United States live up to its highest ideals. When we are doing political work, we need to make sure that we are being good examples of what we are fighting for. However, if you are naive about how official policies serve elite interests, or you give automatic obedience to those in power, you become ineffective in your role as citizen. The next role we look at is the reformer. Often, this role is carried out by those connected to a professional opposition organization, for example, the Sierra Club, founded in 1960 to protect our wilderness, parks, and the environment. People in this role have the skills to use the official systems and institutions, such as courts, legislatures, city halls, etc., to pass policies and laws with the values and ideals that the movement supports. Reformers are good at lobbying, lawsuits, referenda, etc., and they watchdog those successes to make sure that these policies and laws are enforced. However, if these reformers or professional opposition organizations begin to undermine grassroots movements and promote minor reforms rather than social changes, they become ineffective in their role and hurt rather than help a social movement in its work. The change agent educates and involves the majority of citizens in promoting strategies and actions that make long-term social change. They are the networkers, the coalition builders, those who help strengthen grassroots organizations, and those who promote rallies and other means for people to get involved. Change agents are always looking for ways to keep the topic in the news and get more people involved. Ineffective change agents can become too unrealistic in their vision of alternatives and how to engage people, and they can ignore personal issues and needs of activists and even become controlling and cut off from practical political and social action. And finally, we come to the rebel, who is often the only role people really see because the rebel is in the street or at the stockholders meeting or in government meetings saying a powerful no to violations of widely held human values. Rebels use various tactics, including civil disobedience, to put the issue in the public spotlight and are courageous in risking arrest or physical harm. However, an ineffective rebel can harm a movement if they become angry, aggressive, anti-authority, and become loners who no longer are willing to work with the larger movement. A historic activist that we all know, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., is a good example of all 4 of these roles of social activism. He was a model citizen who consistently spoke of the ideals of freedom, justice, and fairness that our country was founded on. He He was an excellent reformer who knew how to push for the laws needed to reinforce those ideals. He was a change agent that brought individuals and organizations together to push for those ideals. And he was a rebel who risked arrest many times to point out when those ideals were being violated.